Tonight, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
The sun is set in Chicago. The temps have... So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly dancing to his left. Shifts by him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw. Beverly. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. To throw on 2nd down. Beverly, going for Jefferson downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He's off to a hot start, completing his lone throw for the long touchdown pass on that last drive. And they'll try again here with a first down. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Beverly. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Under a minute to go. Clock running and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. And that is incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Beverly, they'll roll him out right. A beautiful fake. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Roquan Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. These two teams all tied after one. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Sanders again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Beverly. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. On 1st down, Beverly. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Beverly. Sliding it. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Off play action. Beverly. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Well, CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
He threw touchdown pass number 30 on the year last time he had the ball. He'll look to build on things here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly flush to his right. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Off the play fake. Beverly. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Flushed out right. This one brought in by Jefferson. First down now, but the clock continues to move. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Well, let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw on 3rd down. Beverly. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're up.
Now they're a little further behind the 8 ball after the interception. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. 75 yards. And the Vikings are back within a score. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tight. And now out comes Minnesota. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. 78 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To throw on second down. Beverly steps away to his left. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing on first down. Beverly buying time to his left. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Back to throw. Beverly. It's complete to Williams. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. If they get nothing else here on third down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense. They actually won one.
So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 7. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Chicago, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat for just the second time in 11 games so far. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.
today. From Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. On 1st and 10, Beverly forced out to his left. Oh, good move. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Cameron Curl with the tackle that time. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Beverly. Boy, shifts past him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Beverly being chased out left. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Beverly. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 9th play of the drive coming up. And certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Beverly. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. And he comes back with one complete. On 1st down, Beverly. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. 20! And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Throwing on first down. Beverly, he finds his man, complete. It's Bailey. 3 yards remain for second down. Up the middle they go. It's Bailey. 7 yards there and a first down. And the Vikings hit 9-2 to start play. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making a tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's first and 10. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Operating from the gun. Beverly, he finds his man, complete. It's Brock. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
On the move to his left. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Back to throw. Beverly eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys have now moved out in front. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back on. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly flush to his right. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Looking to throw on second down. Beverly flushed out right. He's airing it out for Williams. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Beverly. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. A solid stiff arm. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Another run with Sanders. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Beverly. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. They don't get the hookup there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly, he finds his man, complete. It's Bailey. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. On 1st and 10, Beverly. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Now a handoff up the middle. Bailey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 1. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Butker on for the PAT. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Butker now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays. And out now come the Vikings. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Buffalo, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina.
Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Carolina Panthers taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And when you think about great seasons in recent memory, he's definitely putting one together here. There's a good chance he's going to go over 5,000 yards passing for the season. He's just a little bit under that mark coming in. And I tell you, it's pretty rarefied air when you get up there with numbers like this.
On first down, Beverly over the middle, complete. That's Brock. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Beverly eluding the pressure right. Dancing away at the 35. Finding space at the 40. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Beverly flush to his right. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. On the draw, here's Sanders. Oh, able to avoid him. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Off play action. Beverly. And this is caught by Williams. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders, as they stop him short of the line to gain. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Beverly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to take another shot here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Looking to throw. Beverly. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Flushed out. And the pressure gets to him again. So we have come to halftime, and what's already a 2. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 1st down. Beverly. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Beverly. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Sanders. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 25-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that they're...
The Vikings now heading onto the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. On 1st and 10, Beverly. That is, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. On 1st down, Beverly steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. And now out comes Minnesota. Throwing on 1st down. Beverly. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Back to throw. Beverly. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. And he's going to go down again. 2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Beverly. And it's caught. 10 yards gets them closer, but now it's 4th and goal. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. On 1st and 10, Beverly. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Beverly, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're...
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
On first down, Beverly. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. To throw on 2nd down, Beverly flush to his right. Shifts free at the 15. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Beverly. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the 1st down. Throwing to start the drive, Beverly. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And taken down just shy of the 40. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Beverly. Wide open receiver complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. They go back to the ground with Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Beverly. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Miles Sanders, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Vikings have moved out in front. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
is the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Looking to throw on second down. Beverly, he's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Lions will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. All of a sudden, we've got a new ball game back to level after that interception that he... They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Running right, here's Sanders. Oh, nice move. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Rolling to his right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Throwing on first down. Beverly, complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. To throw on second down. Beverly. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly is going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun. Beverly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. A final shot before break. Beverly escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He's got this complete to Williams. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Off the play fake. Beverly out to his left. Gets around him. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. And they're going to speed things up here. Looking to throw on second down. Beverly, they'll roll him out right. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. That is caught. It's Williams. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Sanders. Touchdown, Vikings! Miles Sanders. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. On 1st and 10, Beverly flush to his right. He juked him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, a leap and he will make the catch. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw. Beverly. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, look at the juke. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st down, Beverly eluding the pressure right. A nice little juke. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. To throw on 2nd down, Beverly. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 2nd down and 3. Back to throw. Beverly. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. The end result, 21 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. A good chance now to put this game on ice. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Miles Sanders with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. The Vikings head out to take over once again. That one looks like he'll throw here. Nifty move. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Beverly. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Good footwork at the 30. Flashes another juke. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Minnesota, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll try to get back on the beam next.
today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. Taking on the Chicago Bears.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Steps away. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock.
He's 0 for 1 throwing it. Of course, that one pass was intercepted. It led to the touchdown, so he'll try again here. 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Now Sanders. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Beverly. Right side to Williams. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings at 10 and 4 on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Williams brings it in. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. Throwing on 1st down. Beverly. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On first and 10, Beverly flushed out right. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Operating from the gun, Beverly. Touchdown! Miles Sanders, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down.
He threw his league-leading 40th touchdown pass of the year on their last drive, and they start again here with a first and 10.
On first down, Beverly rolling to his right. Ooh, with a juke. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Looking to throw. Beverly looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Rolling to his left. He's airing it out for Williams.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's got a touchdown pass.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Looking to throw on second down. Beverly, and he fires one incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And that is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half.
Throwing on first down. Beverly. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw on second down. Beverly.
Batted by the safety, but caught anyway.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So we have reached half.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
And quickly they get to the line. On 1st and 10, Beverly. Finding Williams once more, complete. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are back within a score.
So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Madison.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
Throwing to start the drive. Beverly. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because they're concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Beverly. Dances by him.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Beverly forced out to his left.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Beverly.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Throwing on 1st down. Beverly escaping the pressure right. A little juke. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Able to slither by. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Sanders. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Another run here with Sanders. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And this time he is in. Yes. Miles Sanders. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And now out comes Minnesota. Throwing to start the drive. Beverly, he's airing it out for Williams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down